Chill English Podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the one and only
Chill English Podcast, the podcast where we learn English the chill way. No stress, just progress.
That's right. I'm Alex, and as always, I'm here with the ever-curious Chloe. How are you doing today, Chloe?
I'm doing great, Alex. Feeling super productive. But I have to admit, something has been stressing me out a little bit this week.
Ooh, what's that?
Emails. I had to write a really important email to a potential new client, and I spent almost an hour just staring at the screen. I wanted to sound professional, but not too stiff or robotic. I wanted to be friendly, but not too casual. It was so difficult. I was worried my simple English would make me sound, well, unprofessional.
Ah, the classic email struggle. I think every English learner, and even native speakers, can relate to that. It's a delicate balance, isn't it? An email is often the very first impression you make professionally. It can be the difference between getting a job interview, landing a client, or getting a quick response from a professor.
Exactly. It feels like there are all these secret rules and phrases that everyone else knows. That's why I'm so excited for our topic today. So what's the plan? Are you going to give us a giant list of 100 words to memorize?
Absolutely not. That wouldn't be very chill, would it? The goal here isn't to overwhelm you. Today, we're going to do what we do best. We're going to focus on just 7 core phrases. 7 essential, powerful, and easy-to-use phrases that will instantly make your email sound more professional and natural. We're going for deep understanding and retention, so by the end of this episode, you'll be using these phrases like a pro.
Okay, 7 phrases. I can handle that. I'm ready. My notebook is open. Let's transform our emails from meh to amazing.
That's the spirit. Let's get started. All right, Chloe. Let's start at the very beginning of an email. The opening line. So many people just write, "Hi, Alex," or "Dear Sir," which can be okay, but sometimes we need something a bit more polished, especially if you're writing to someone for the first time.
Yes, this is my first problem. Hi feels too casual, but dear Mr. Smith can feel a little too formal and old-fashioned sometimes.
Precisely. So our first phrase is a perfect solution. It's polite, professional, and friendly. The phrase is, "I hope this email finds you well."
Hold on. I hope this email finds you well. What does that mean exactly? It sounds a little poetic, like the email is a person traveling to find someone.
It does, doesn't it? But it's a very common and standard professional greeting. It's basically a polite way of saying, "Hello, I hope you're having a good day and are in good health," before you start reading my request. It shows that you care about the person, not just about what you want from them. It softens the opening of the email.
Ah, I see. So it's like a polite "how are you" before you get down to business. When would be the best time to use it?
It's perfect when you're emailing someone you don't know very well or someone in a higher position, like a new client, a potential employer, or a professor. For example, "Dear Ms. Davis, I hope this email finds you well. My name is Alex, and I'm writing to inquire about the marketing position."
Got it. So it sets a warm and respectful tone right from the start. What if I'm writing to a colleague I email every day? Would it be weird to write, "I hope this email finds you well" every single time?
Great question. Yes, it would be a bit repetitive. In that case, a simple "Hi, Jane" or "Good morning" is perfectly fine. This phrase is most powerful for those first contact or more formal situations.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. So for my next new client, I'll definitely start with, "I hope this email finds you well." It sounds so much better.
Excellent. Now, let's move on. Imagine this situation. You emailed someone last week, but they haven't replied. You need an answer, but you don't want to sound pushy or rude. What would you normally write?
Oh, this is the worst. I usually write something awkward like, "Did you see my last email?" or "Hello again, waiting for your reply." It feels so aggressive.
It can feel that way. You feel like you're nagging them. So here is a much better, much more chill phrase. You can say, just touching base.
Just touching base. Like in baseball? What does touching base mean here?
Exactly like in baseball. In the game, a player touches a base to be safe. In communication, touching base means making brief contact with someone to get a quick update or to reconnect. It's a very gentle and friendly way to remind someone about something. It's much softer than saying, I'm following up, which can sometimes sound a little demanding.
Oh, I love that. It sounds so casual and non-threatening. So I could write, Hi Mark, just touching base on the report we discussed last week. Do you have any updates?
Perfect. That's exactly how you use it. It's brilliant because it implies, hey, no pressure, I know you're busy, I just wanted to gently check in. It maintains a positive relationship, which is so important in professional communication.
This is a game changer. I won't have to feel anxious about sending reminder emails anymore. It's such a polite way of touching base with someone.
See? You're already using it naturally. Now, for our third phrase. This one is incredibly common, and you absolutely must know it. It's for when you're sending a file, like a CV, a report, or a photo. The phrase is, please find attached.
Please find attached. I think I've seen this one before, but I always just write, I have attached the file, or here is the file. Is there a big difference?
It's a difference in formality and professionalism. Here is the file is not wrong, but it's very direct and a bit informal. Please find attached is the standard professional way to say it. It's clear, polite, and universally understood in the business world. For example, please find attached the meeting minutes from yesterday's call. Or, please find attached my resume for your consideration.
So it's just a slightly more polished way of saying the same thing. It makes your sentence sound more official?
That's a good way to put it. It shows that you understand professional communication standards. It's a small detail that makes a big difference in the overall tone of your email. So, from now on, when you send your amazing work to a client,
I will say, please find attached the project proposal. I like it. It sounds like I know what I'm doing.
you do. Okay, let's move to a situation where you need to inform someone about something that will happen in the future. You're not asking for permission, you're just letting them know in advance.
Like telling my team that the deadline has been moved?
Exactly. Instead of just saying, important, the deadline is now Friday, which can sound a bit alarming, you can use this fantastic phrase, to give you a heads up.
To give you a heads up. What does that mean? Why heads up?
Think of it like a warning. You're telling someone to lift their head up and pay attention because important information is coming. A heads up is an advance warning or a piece of information that allows someone to prepare for something. It's a very common and friendly way to share information, especially if it's a change of plans or something unexpected.
Oh, I see. So it's like a friendly alert. So I could write to my team, hi team, to give you a heads up, the client has requested some changes, so we'll need to move the deadline to this Friday.
That is a perfect example. It softens the news and makes you sound like a considerate team player. You're not just dropping a command, you're informing them politely. You can also use it in a more simple way, like, just to give you a heads up, I'll be out of the office tomorrow afternoon for an appointment.
I really like this one. It feels very collaborative. I'm definitely going to use that. It's much better than starting an email with, just so you know, which can sometimes sound a little passive-aggressive. So if I need to tell you I'll be a bit late for our next recording session, I should give you a heads up.
I would appreciate that. All right, on to number 5. This one is about staying informed. Let's say you are part of a big project and you want to make sure you receive all the updates.
Yes, this happens all the time. I'm working with multiple people and I'm always worried I'll miss an important decision.
In that situation, you can use the phrase, keep me in the loop.
Keep me in the loop. What loop? Like a circle?
Precisely. Imagine a circle of communication, a loop where all the important information is flowing. If you are in the loop, you are part of this group and are receiving the information. If you are out of the loop, you are not. So asking someone to keep me in the loop is a professional and friendly way to say, please continue to include me in updates and communications about this topic.
Wow, that's a great visual. So, after a meeting, I could email my project manager and say, "It was great discussing the project today. As the design lead, please keep me in the loop on any decisions made by the development team."
That is textbook perfect usage, Chloe. It clearly and politely states your need to be informed. A similar phrase you might hear is keep me posted, which means the same thing, but keep me in the loop is very common in office environments.
Okay, fantastic. I won't be out of the loop anymore. I'll make sure to ask people to keep me in the loop.
There you go. Now for our last two phrases. They are often used towards the end of an email. Phrase number 6 is for when you need someone's opinion or feedback.
Ah, yes. I usually just say, "What do you think?"
And what do you think is fine for a quick chat or an informal email? But a more professional and open-ended way to ask is, let me know your thoughts.
Let me know your thoughts. It does sound a bit softer and more polite than "what do you think?" Why is that?
It's because what do you think can sometimes feel like a direct question that demands an immediate answer? Let me know your thoughts, on the other hand, feels more like an invitation. It implies, please take some time to consider this, and when you are ready, I would be happy to hear your opinion. It's less pressure.
That makes so much sense. It's more respectful of the other person's time and thinking process. So if I send a design draft to you, I could write, "Hi, Alex, please find attached the first draft of the new logo. Let me know your thoughts when you have a moment."
Beautiful. You just combined two of our phrases perfectly. See how they start to connect? That's exactly how you build a great professional email. You're inviting collaboration. It's an excellent way to end the main body of your email before the final closing.
I feel so much more confident already. Okay, what's our final number 7 phrase?
Our final phrase is the classic professional way to close your email. It's polite, it's clear, and it signals that you are expecting a response. The phrase is, looking forward to hearing from you.
Looking forward to hearing from you. I use this one sometimes, but I've always wondered if it's too pushy. Is it like saying, "You must reply to me"?
That's a very common concern, but no, it's not considered pushy at all. In professional English, it's a standard and polite closing. It signals that the conversation is not over and that you anticipate a reply. It's much more professional than just ending with thanks or bye. It clearly communicates the next step. You are waiting for their response.
Okay, so it's a good way to end an email when you actually need a reply. What if I'm just sending information and I don't need a reply, like that email where I give my team a heads up about the new deadline?
Another fantastic question. In that case, you wouldn't use it. If no reply is needed, you can end with something like best regards, all the best, or kind regards, followed by your name. You use looking forward to hearing from you specifically when a response is expected. For a job application, for example, it's the perfect closing.
Got it. It's all about the context. So if I'm asking for your opinion on that logo design, ending with "looking forward to hearing from you" would be perfect because I actually am waiting for your thoughts.
Precisely. You've nailed it. And there we have it. 7 core phrases that will elevate your emails. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling amazing. It's like you've given me the keys to unlock professional English emails. It's not about knowing a million words, but about knowing the right words to use in the right situation.
Okay, before we wrap up, let's do a quick recap, a chill review of our 7 key phrases. Chloe, can you try to list them out for us?
I can try. Okay, so first, for a polite opening, we have, "I hope this email finds you well."
Perfect. What about for a gentle reminder?
That was the one I loved, "just touching base."
Excellent. And when you send a file?
You should say, "Please find attached."
Spot on. The friendly way to give a warning or new information.
That's to give you a heads up.
Great. How do you ask to be included in updates?
You ask them to keep me in the loop.
Wonderful. And when you want someone's feedback?
Instead of, what do you think, I'll say, let me know your thoughts.
And finally, the classic closing when you expect a reply.
Looking forward to hearing from you.
Fantastic, you've got all 7. Now, for the fun part, let's put this into practice. We're going to do a mini role play. I'll be a new client, and you, Chloe, will be a freelance graphic designer emailing me for the first time about a project.
Ooh, okay. I'm a bit nervous. Don't be too mean, Mr. Client.
I will be very professional. All right, Chloe, you can start. Let's imagine you're sending me the project brief you created.
Okay, here I go. Subject: Project Brief for Chill English Podcast Branding. Dear Alex, I hope this email finds you well. It was a pleasure speaking with you yesterday about the new branding project. To give you a heads up, I have already drafted an initial project brief based on our conversation to ensure we are on the same page from the start. Please find attached the project brief document. Could you please review it when you have a moment? Let me know your thoughts on the proposed timeline and deliverables. I'm very excited to get started. Looking forward to hearing from you. Best regards, Chloe.
Chloe, that was absolutely perfect. Seriously, 10 out of 10. It was professional, polite, clear, and you used 5 of our phrases in one short email without it sounding unnatural at all.
Wow, it really flowed quite easily once I knew the phrases. Now, how would you reply, Alex? Maybe you could use some of the other phrases.
Great idea. Here's how I might reply. Subject: to project brief for Chill English Podcast. Hi, Chloe. Thanks for sending this over so quickly. The attached brief looks great. A very thorough and professional job. I've made a couple of small suggestions using the Track Changes feature in the document. Thanks for the heads up regarding the timeline. It works perfectly for me. My business partner, Ben, will also be involved in this project. I've CC'd him on this email. Please keep him in the loop on all future communications. We're excited to see your first design concepts. Best, Alex.
Wow, when you see them used in a real conversation like that, it just clicks. We managed to use almost all the phrases in just 2 short emails.
And that's the point. They are not rare or complicated phrases. They are the everyday building blocks of professional communication in English. And now, you and all of our listeners have them in your toolkit. And that just about does it for today's episode of the Chill English Podcast. We hope you now feel much more confident about writing professional emails.
I definitely do. Thank you so much, Alex. And thank you to all of our amazing listeners for tuning in. Remember, practice is everything. Don't just listen to these phrases, use them.
That leads us to our call to action for this week. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to practice one of these phrases. In the comments section of wherever you're listening to this, YouTube, Spotify, our website, we want you to write a single sentence.
Yes. For example, tell us something you need to give someone a heads up about. Or tell us about a project where you need to keep someone in the loop. Just pick a phrase and try it out in a sentence. We'll read every single one.
It's a safe space to practice, so don't be shy. We can't wait to see you using your new skills. And of course, if you found this episode helpful, please consider subscribing or following the podcast so you don't miss our next one.
Until next time, keep learning, stay chill, and happy emailing.
Bye, everyone.